Since the plot and characters can't save this movie, perhaps the scares will make this movie redeemable. Let's look at some of the frightening moments of this film. The door moved! Something hit the wall! The door slammed. Eh. Three, two, one. Yes, you're being dragged. Good for you. Now, is it creative to have most of your movie filmed in one area? I suppose, but eventually it gets old. Besides, if you have all your scary moments in one area, it takes away the scariness from the scene, because you know something's gonna happen. But don't be alarmed, as the demon does change up the routine a little bit by doing scary things such as...
Yes, I know we're laying in the same spot next to your wallet.
Well,
moving the keys! Truly, this is a demonic creature of pure darkness. The demon does pick up its evil deeds by setting a Ouija board on fire, which somehow keeps the board intact. But it gets even better when there are footprints seen in the white powder, giving undisputed proof, if you're still unsure, that there is something evil in this house. And finally, its greatest feat, smashing a picture and scratching up Mika's face. That's more of a favor than it is being evil. Only in Paranormal Activity will you see such gripping horror scenes.
I feel it breathing on me.
Oh God, I'm so startled.
Before getting to the final scene, let's look at what happened before this moment. The hauntings get so bad that it resorts in bringing back the ghost experts.
Yeah, we called Dr. Avery, but he's gone.
Yes, he's out of the country. He'll be back. He'll be... Wow.
We need your help.
This is overpowering.
It's getting worse.
Yes, it certainly doesn't like that I'm here, and I cannot help you.
What?
In fact, I've got to get out of here. This thing is very aggravated, the fact that I'm here.
Wait, everybody calm down. We need your help.
Well, I've got to tell you, I am not the person to help you in this situation. This is not my area of expertise. I think I'm doing more harm being here than any good. Yes, I really have got to leave. And Dr. Avery's will be back in a few days, and when he gets back here, he'll...
Well, that was useless. He was better off doing this. Bye. So Katie and Mika decide they should leave, only to have Katie later apparently trying to kill herself or something like that. Can't say I blame her. Then Mika comes up with the most brilliant idea yet by burning a cross. And what's his reasoning behind this?
Fuck this shit, I'm done.
Ah, yes, the perfect reason to burn one of the most sacred objects in Christianity. Oh, and remember, when dealing with demons, and an old priest and a young priest come knocking at your door, just tell them you can't deal with this shit and slam the door in their face.
I don't want to leave.
After Mika's stroke of genius, we find out that Katie doesn't want to leave the house now.
I think it'd be better if we stay. Please.
Yes, stay here with us, because we're clearly not possessed. And it seems that perfectly normal Katie is up for a glass of water. Do you want us just to stay here? Okay, we'll stay here then. That blood-curdling scream can only mean that good has triumphed. was something about this moment that just seems familiar. What is it? Oh, right, this part, yeah. The part they kept showing in all the advertisement. And pretty much spoiling the ending for all of us. Great idea, movie! And there was much rejoicing. Katie can be located at whereabouts unknown Kansas, leading her new life as a hit television baker. And that's Paranormal Activity. And is it the scariest movie that come out in the past 10 years? Let me put it this way. The scariest thing about this movie is the fact that it's 1 hour and 25 minutes too long. Watching the ads for this movie, I can understand why the audience was screaming. They weren't screaming because this movie is scary. No, they were screaming because this movie is boring. It's not creative, it's not really interesting, and besides the ending, it's not that scary. The only thing that should scare people is that they have to sit through a movie with a guy named Mika. In fact, you know what would be scarier than this movie? If some jackass came up with the idea to make a second one. Now that's scary!
Paranormal Activity 2, rated R.
And I just died inside. I'm Timdiana, and I have just endured it.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Something about a map. Nothing's happening. It's over. A lot of people in the audience look pissed.